The reason most people never reach their creative potential is not because they're untalented. It's not because they don't have ideas. It's because fear and procrastination had become part of their identity. I heard this quote in a TED talk by a guy called Peter Sage, where he says, "People never rise above the opinion they have of themselves." That is so true. At the end of the day, you can't outwork an identity. If you see yourself as someone who hesitates, who overthinks, who never follows through, that's exactly what you'll keep doing. But the good news is that you can actually forge a new identity. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to forge the kind of identity that is going to make you unstoppable as a creator. So stick around. There was a time when I was completely trapped in fear, afraid to put myself out there, afraid of judgment. I would get what I think was a fabulous idea and then start creating it, full of excitement and optimism, but at some point the doubts would come. I'd spiral into overthinking and convincing myself that it was garbage. And then I'd do the same thing over and over again. Never ship, never post. A few years ago, I spent hundreds of hours building an online course. But when it came time to launch, I froze. The fear of failure crushed me. And instead of shipping it, I deleted the entire thing. 1 week later, sitting at my desk, I couldn't believe what I had done. It felt like a storm was raging inside of me, shame, regret, anger at myself. And then suddenly it was like the storm cleared and there was this moment of clarity that followed. Divine intervention? Maybe. But in that moment, I realized that I had a simple choice. Either I accept that fear is in charge and give up on my dreams, or I find the courage to change. Luckily, I was more stubborn than fearful, so I stood up from my desk, literally jumped up and shouted, "Enough is enough. I'm done with letting fear run my life." Now, I know that sounds ridiculous. Doing it felt ridiculous. And it also felt insignificant in that moment, but it turned out to be a turning point for me. I didn't know it at the time, but that was the day I awakened my inner rebel. We all have one. It's that part of you that's fed up with your own excuses, the part of you that's fed up with you never following through. From that day, I stopped waiting for permission. I started posting imperfect content and I began forging a new self-image, a new identity, which I now call the Rebel Creator Identity. So what exactly is the Rebel Creator Identity? Well, it's about not seeing yourself as someone who sometimes creates. It's about becoming the person for whom creation is inevitable. Rebel creators don't say, "I make content." They say, "I am a creator." It's not what you do, it's who you are. When I discovered this powerful identity shift, I went on a mission to identify the core principles on which the Rebel Creator Identity is built. There are 5 of them. And when you start living these 5 core principles, you will basically automatically forge the Rebel Creator Identity. So here are the 5 core principles that I identified. Number 1 is rebellion, which is about refusing to let fear or doubt control you. Number 2 is radical responsibility, which is about owning your choices and your time and your life. Number 3 is about taking radical action, acting before you feel ready, outside of your comfort zone. Number 4 is a commitment to growth, learning from every experience, even failure. And number 5 is a refusal to conform. That's about embracing your unique voice and vision. One of the greatest perks of making this identity shift is that you won't have to rely so much on motivation and willpower to fight procrastination. Psychology research shows that we act in line with how we see ourselves. If you see yourself as a procrastinator, you will find ways to delay it. If you see yourself as a creator, you will find ways to create. As James Clear says, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. So here's the challenge. Start forging your own rebel creator identity by living those 5 core principles. Take radical action today. Do something today outside of your comfort zone. Post something imperfect. Say the thing you've been afraid to say. Create something raw and real. And here's the beautiful part. Rebel creators don't just create. We rebel. Every post, every project, every messy draft is an act of rebellion. Defiance against fear, silence, and conformity. When we create, we're not forcing ourselves to do something. We're finally being who we were always meant to be. And that feels damn good. What do you think? Whatever questions or comments you may have, please feel free to connect with me in the comment section below. Also, you can officially become part of our tribe of Rebel Creators by signing up for my free newsletter, Rebel Create, on my website, philipbuerta.com. I will leave a link to that in the description below. I would love to see you there. Have a nice day. Cheers.